So this situation with Cody is fluid because at the moment they're preparing for him not being on the card, and these were the pictures that were made for Cody Rhodes. Now there's stories out there which are saying that Cody Rhodes is now not signed or there's been snags. No, the issue with Cody was at the very beginning. His agent is a guy who was at one point working with the WWE. WWE had him on board as their own like personal like agent essentially. Like he was working on behalf of the WWE, but he as a goodwill gesture, he delivered them copies of all of the TNA contracts, what people were getting paid when their contracts were expired, and TNA found out and they sued him and they sued the WWE. Now he's now Cody's agent, so the main problem was having him back involved in anything with the WWE when he got them in so much. But they've overcome that obstacle now. So that was all at the beginning. The issue is just creative. So the pitches for Cody Rhodes were to face Ricochet for the Intercontinental title from SmackDown, and the Raw pitches that he would have a match with Seth Rollins. Now, obviously, Seth Rollins is the bigger match. The problem that Vince has with it is that later on down the line, Seth Rollins is already programmed in to have a feud with Roman Reigns. They already set it up at the Royal Rumble. So can Seth Rollins take the loss to Cody, or can Cody take the loss to Seth in his first match? It's really a bad situation for both guys. It's all dependent on how long away from how far away from WrestleMania the Seth Rollins Roman rematch is, and if it's like 4 months down the line, then Seth can win important matches till then. The problem is Vince McMahon in his head all believes that everybody definitely remembers what happens at Mania more than everything else. I remember a few years back where he said Charlotte has to beat Asuka because next year we're doing Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. That was the planned main event for WrestleMania 34 a year out. No Becky Lynch, just Charlotte versus Ronda. So that's why Charlotte had to win. They had to kill Asuka's streak because Vince McMahon says everybody remembers what happens at WrestleMania. It's a WrestleMania moment. Like that they give you, like, all these wrestlers talk about in their promos, that is real internal. They've now bought into their own, but the WrestleMania moment is proper, like, internal speak. Like, oh, you're going to have you're on the card. You're going to have your WrestleMania moment. We're going to get everybody on the card. Everybody's going to have their WrestleMania moment. But
I can't stand that.
The moment has been like, what the moment has been watered down by the fact that everybody has one. Like, where you're giving everybody on the card a WrestleMania moment. Like, they're going to think that when Omos beats Babatunde at WrestleMania this year, like, that's going to be like a moment, like, where, these big guys go at it and they're probably going to, like, choke each other and they're going to go, what a WrestleMania moment.
It's like a monster movie. Yeah.
Yeah, who's going to win this power of strength? What a moment. Like, it's not. Like, a moment is Edge going through the fire table and Andre getting slammed by Hogan. But so they're the pictures for Cody. But in terms of there being any doubts with him coming in, I firmly believe that either the SmackDown or the Raw after WrestleMania, he'll be there. And I still feel that he could get on this card. But if he's not on Monday's Raw in Jacksonville, which is AEW country, if he's not in Jacksonville on Monday, I believe Cody Rhodes will be saved till after WrestleMania.
I think he should be saved till after WrestleMania. It's
you're not
too much
interested in
jamming
Cody,
everybody in.
You're not interested in Cody Seth, which is the front runner.
I'm fine with that match, but I don't feel it needs to be now at Mania without anything built up to it. But I don't like the fact of let's jam everybody who's ever had a match this year on WrestleMania. You don't need to. It is okay.
I don't.
You don't have
listen.
to
I don't mind that, but I don't like the lingo. I don't like it's like, oh, you're going to have your WrestleMania moment. Well, what does that mean? The moment is what? When you walk out, everybody gets to walk out and have their moment. That's not what the moment is.
No.
The moments are these very small,
that stick in your head forever.
These iconic moments, and they're not even matches. Like when people, when me and you, we previously used to do a lot more content, and when we gave it, and we remember we did WrestleMania, the best WrestleManias.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different thing. The best WrestleMania matches,
Yeah.
And the best WrestleMania moments. Now, Hulk versus Andre and Undertaker losing the streak. I have those as my one and two, and I can't decide which is one and which is two. I put the end of the streak at number one because I was there, but I think Andre and Hogan was the moment for so many years that maybe that should be number one. But everything else, the boyhood dream. But the boyhood dream is not the whole match. The boyhood dream is the finish and him telling Brett to.
Because I didn't like the match. I was bored by the match.
But you see the difference. It's these micro moments, like these 1 minute
Warrior beating Hogan, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be the pinfall, or him holding the two belts. You get the picture. So there's different lists that you can do, and I would like to relax a little bit as we get towards WrestleMania season and start maybe having some fun and doing these lists on the show and getting people's comments on them, and people can talk to me on my Twitter account at K100Informer. And I want to do these lists. I want to do like moments and matches and whatnot, and best WrestleManias. 17's obviously first, and I didn't even go to that one, but I still think it's first. But yeah, it's important for me I don't care about who gets on the card, but don't like call it a moment. Your moment is not when you walk out there. That's a different thing. That's your moment, but it's not a grandiose like WrestleMania moment.